Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's broadcast between Division III Thomas More Saints and your UPIKE Bears. UPIKE is not ranked in the top 25 as they fell off receiving votes. Meanwhile, Thomas More, according to WBCA Division III coaches poll, they're ranked 13th in the country, and they are ranked 10th according to D3 Hoops. Thomas More has won 2 national championships in 2015 and 2016, although one of their national championships had to be vacated due to team infractions. But as always, I'm Rob Rundle, alongside me Lance Tackett. And Lance, Thomas More is actually joining the Mid-South Conference next year, and they look pretty good on warm-ups. What should we expect tonight?
I think we should expect a very competitive game. I think that the Bears have to be on their A game tonight, see if they can get a win, because this team is no joke. They've won, as you said, 2 national championships the past couple of years, and I think that they're going to have to play their best basketball tonight to get a win.
And we're going to go ahead and get a pregame prayer, so we will step aside just for a brief moment, but we'll be back after the national anthem. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for waiting for us here to get finished with the pregame prayer and national anthem. We're about 4.5 minutes away from tip-off here in the Eastern Kentucky Expo Center. And Lance, let me tell you, UPIKE is 64th in the country, allowing 69.3 points per game. And here's something scary for you. Thomas Morris scored on average 85.4 points per game, so UPIKE is definitely in for a test tonight.
They sure are. They're going to have to, like I said, be on their A game on both ends of the floor. And if they get a win tonight, that would be huge for them, especially on the next poll coming out. For them to hopefully try and be ranked and get a few wins and hopefully be ranked in the top 25 this next poll.
Absolutely. UPIKE is looking to increase their win streak to 3 games, coming off a win against Siena Heights, 78-67, and then the game before that, Indiana Northwest. Nice little performance there with a 32-point margin. Leading scorer for the Bears last game, Jamie Castle with 24. And look at this. Look at this, Lance. Jamie Castle, 9 out of the 10 games this season for UPIKE, she's leading the Bears in assists. So definitely playing a pivotal role at the point guard position. We'll see how she feeds the ball to Graytrex down low and feeds the ball over to Drea Matchin.
Well, Rob, I think that the offense is just totally different when she's on the floor and when she's off. When she's on the floor, the ball movement's just impeccable. Their shooting's well and the spacing's really good. But when she's off, it just seems like they just lose their sense of direction. Even though they have 2 elite guards on their team, it's just Castle's just different. She's like an on-court coach, to be honest with you. She's unbelievable.
Absolutely. So as we mentioned, we're playing Thomas More College from Crestview Hills, Kentucky, which is about 5 minutes where I'm from in Covington, Kentucky. And they have a pretty good basketball program, let me tell you that. Obviously with the 2 national championships, although that was when Sydney Moss was there. And she's not here anymore, but still doesn't seem to affect them as they're 6-1 this season. Also, their football team is really good as well. And so Thomas More is making that switch from NCAA Division III to NAI, which I think honestly is beneficial to all programs there because, as D3 athletes, you can't receive any scholarships. So honestly, this is going to be huge for Thomas More because they already have all these great athletes.
And then, the addition of being able to offer kids scholarships, they're going to be able to bring in more talented kids to their programs, and that'll just elevate them to already another level than what they already are right now.
It'll be interesting to see them on the football field, too, next year just because, you don't know what to expect. They might join the Appalachian Division or something like that, or might join the division with Georgetown. So, but starting lineups for the University of Pikeville tonight, we have 3 seniors out on the court. We got Rachel Lee, Drea Matchin, and Jamie Castle running out the seniors there. And then we have Addison Corder, who's lights out from 3. And we also have Emily Baker, who's very pivotal down low. She can change the game down low in the lane, with those little spin moves that we saw last game at home. And then for Thomas More, they have a freshman out on the court. They have Hayden White. And then they have 1 senior by the name of Abby Owens. And let me tell you about Abby Owens real quick. She's actually a national player to watch for Division III as she was hot from 41% from 3 so far this season. So she's going to be devastating from beyond the arc. So UPIKE has got to contain Owens from three-point land.
You're completely right, Rob.
We're about 1 minute away from tip-off here at the Eastern Kentucky Expo Center. There are 4 teams ranked in the top 25 in the Mid-South Conference as Campbellsville is ranked 6th in the country, posting a 9-1 overall record. Then you have Lindsey Wilson, who's ranked 8th in the country with an 8-1 overall record. And just brief notice, Lindsey Wilson's volleyball team won the national championship. Congratulations to them. Way to represent the Mid-South Conference. But also, we have Shawnee State, who's ranked 5th in the country. They'll probably fall because they're 8-3. And then we have Cumberland, Tennessee, running out the top 25 at 22nd in the nation, posting a 5-4 record. Leading scorers, Jamie Castle averaging 14.9 points per game for the Bears. And for the Saints of Thomas More, Madison Temple, number 24, averaging 15.4 points per game. Madison Temple's a junior out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Went to Anderson High School. I'm telling you, Lance, I'm excited for tonight's game just to see what this is going to be like because this is a good idea for UPIKE to kind of get a feel because they're going to be facing them, for the next 10 years.
Right, and I think if they can be competitive tonight, hopefully get a win, but if they don't, they just got to be competitive and hopefully put up a good game against this very talented basketball team. And something I've noticed, there isn't much of a size advantage for either team. We don't have a player under the height of 5'3". They have 1 player that's 5'2", but the rest of them are 5'5", 5'10", 6 foot, and 6 foot. But we have a couple 5'9" girls, a 6 foot girl, 5'7", and Castle's 5'3". So it isn't like the size advantage for either team is that much. So this is just going to have to be, both teams are going to have to play very good basketball tonight.
Absolutely. We're going to be watching out for those turnovers because turnovers are costly, off of fast breaks. And we'll see whose bench is better, too, as well, as Thomas More is very deep as well. And this will be a test definitely for Coach Clifton Williams as the next home game for UPIKE will be against Marion College. And UPIKE played Marion early on, and they're a juggernaut as well. They lost 90-82 last time with Addison Corder dropping 19 the very first game of the season. So we're about 1/4 of the way through the season, so we still have a lot of good basketball here to play for the Bears. Coming up, we also have our first conference game is against the 5th-ranked team, Shawnee State, and then right after that, Cumberland, Tennessee. So it's going to be a tough schedule for our women's basketball team running out the rest of the season.
And no, Rob, that first game of the season we only lost by 8 points at Marion, so they're a very good basketball team. So I'd like to see them come here and see if they can get and sweep us this year, but hopefully we can come out with a win in that next home game.
And tonight, we're just providing an audio broadcast due to Pike TV complications. They have to film fiscal court, so we apologize for the inconvenience, but nonetheless here we're bringing you live audio coverage. UPIKE is wearing white. Thomas More is wearing a dark gray. And going for the tip would be number 33, Mia Graytrex. And number 31, Emily Schultz. So actually, Graytrex gets the start instead of Drea Matchin, as Schultz has the ball, swings it over to Jolly at the wing. Swings the ball back to Owens at the top of the key. Feeds the ball down low to Schultz. Graytrex arms up. Good defense, but shot goes in by Schultz as Thomas More draws first blood.
Just seems like they're trying to establish that low post game early on. They fed it to her 2 or 3 times trying to get it in the basket, and she finally did.
Good ball movement by UPIKE as Quarter and pulls up for 3. Splash! UPIKE takes the lead 3-2. Good ball movement lands by the Bears there.
Was. A very tough shot from Quarter. She steals it, and it scores on the fast break. Nice play there from the Bears. 5-2 already.
5 points going to Quarter. Full court press by UPIKE as Temple has the ball, swings it over to Jolly. Jolly back to Owens. Remember to watch out for Owens. Even though she's only 5'2", she's very devastating from beyond the arc as number 4, Jolly, puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Lee. Lee feeds ball to Graytrex, left alone in the lane. And fouling her will be number 4, Taylor Jolly. So Graytrex will go to the line shooting 2. Let me tell you something. I love watching Graytrex shoot free throws. She has this little thing, like she has this mechanism, and it works perfectly every time. So Graytrex goes to the line. First shot is up. Just off the mark.
I think that the Bears were just ready to come play tonight. They're already just playing very well on defense, and it doesn't seem that Thomas More come in with that same type of intensity that they're playing with as Graytrex missed both free throws.
Scores UPIKE 5, Thomas More 2. Temple has the ball at the top of the key. Driving down low in the lane, feeds it to Jolly. Jolly passes it back to Owens at the top of the key, swings it to Temple. Feeds it down low to Schultz, gives it back to Owens. Good ball movement by the Saints. Temple goes down low in the lane. Baker, good defense yet again by the Bears, but overpowering offense in the lane is number 24, Madison Temple. That's 2 possessions now that UPIKE has played good defense. You can't do anything about that.
Yeah, and that's just something you're going to have to live with if you're Coach Williams just going to try and, your senior girls play tough defenses. Howard puts up a shot, no good. Rebound by Owens.
And we see that every time. Lee loves to go to her left side for the layup. As good little fake by Owens as she feeds the ball to White. Off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Graytrex. That's something Lee's got to kind of fix. Maybe try going to the right one time. She feeds the ball down low to Graytrex. Nice pass, and it's in. But as I was saying, though, Lee always goes to her left side.
Right.
And she just got double teamed there. If you watch film or whatever, you know it's going to happen. As from way beyond the arc is Jolly, no good. Coming away with the rebound is Lee. So, like I said, she goes to her right side, maybe mix it up a little bit. She might have a better shot. And down low again, swings it back low to the baseline. Quarter puts it off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Temple. And we have a full timeout on the court. UPIKE is up 7-4 quickly as Addison Quarter has 5 points for the Bears. And clock's running right now.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We had to tell the ref here that the clock was running. We're probably going to reset it here. Yeah, I was a little confused there for a second because we got a timeout, but the clock's just running.
I'm okay with that, though. We're up 7-4.
At the end of the first quarter, your score could be 7-4. I don't think that's how college basketball works. Maybe middle school basketball, but not here.
Yeah, not with an NCAA Division III team and a NAIA Division I. That doesn't happen.
So passing the ball out for the Saints will be number 24, Madison Temple. As I said before, Temple is the leading scorer for the Saints, averaging 15.4 points per game, and in conference play, 17.3 points per game. She's also averaging 1.6 steals per game, along with 5.6 assists per game. So she's a well-rounded player here as the refs are trying to figure out the time here. It looks like on the clock for me, It's not updated yet on DAX stats.
She's also averaging 9 rebounds a game, Temple is. So, I mean,
that's pretty
she's
impressive.
just really,
that's almost a double-double there on average.
And almost 6 assists a game. She really is just all-around well-rounded player.
So Temple gets the ball from Owens at the top of the key, just gives it back. Schultz sets a screen. Good bounce pass to White. 10 seconds left to shoot. Temple gives the ball to Jolly. Jolly down low. Pass almost stolen away. And shot is from the elbow, and it rattles in by Owens. So UPIKE is up by 1, 7-6. I'm surprised they were able to get a shot off there. It looked like they were hesitating, had no idea what to do with it.
Yeah, and it was a very, very lucky roll there. It kind of rolled in and out off the top of the rim.
As Castle has the ball for the Bears, going down low the lane, and she throws it out of bounds. Miscommunication error by her and the other senior, Rachel Lee. So that'll be UPIKE's first turnover of the night.
That was also good defense by Thomas Moore. Just swarming Castle at the top of the key. It's stolen by Lee.
As Lee slows the pace, gives the ball back to Castle. Down low is left alone is Rachel Lee. She lays it off the glass, no problem. UPIKE extends their lead 9-6.
That's a heads-up play from Castle, noticing that Lee's under the basket by herself and gets it to her for an easy layup. As Temple shoots for 3, no good, rebounded by Baker.
Baker almost loses it, gives the ball back to Castle though. As Lee goes down low the lane, feeds it to Quarter. Good pick by Graytrex. As Lee has the ball, looking for some movement here. Castle giving a little push shove off of Owens. 10 seconds left to shoot. Castle down low in the lane, goes to the wing for Lee for 3. No good, rebounded by White.
It was a good offensive possession for the Bears, just didn't get maybe the shot they wanted at first place, but
that shot's off the mark by Madison Temple, rebounded by Baker. It looks like Thomas Moore will put in a fresh 5 here after the next dead ball. Quarter from way beyond the arc, no good, rebounded by Owens. Score still 9-6 UPIKE with just over 5 minutes left to play in the first period.
If you're Quarter, you want to take that shot because it's your spot, but you also just want to get a better look maybe on the other side, moving the ball a little bit more. There's a foul on the play.
And that'll be on number 33, Mia Graytrex. That's her first, team's first. So the Saints will take the ball at the baseline. Coming in for the Bears will be number 14, Kayla Mullins, number 20, Drea Matchin, and number 35, Zaria Hollier. And then obviously Thomas Moore has fresh 5 as passing it out will be number 15, Tori Gilman. She passes the ball into Clapper. Clapper down low to Kierman. As that's a turnover by number 23, Shelby Rupp. And UPIKE comes away with it. UPIKE was struggling in pregame, Lance, as we saw. And it looked like that was going to be a foul call. As Thomas Moore comes away with it. But it's a foul on number 11, Jamie Castle, her first, team second. But as I was saying, Lance, UPIKE was struggling in pregame warm-ups. Quarter wasn't hitting anything. No player was really hitting anything except for Castle, and that kind of scared me, honestly, at first. But honestly, Thomas Moore's playing a little slow here beginning the game.
They are. Their offense just doesn't seem to be in sync, and they're somewhat in sync on the defensive end, but they're letting up some easy baskets for the Bears, and that's caused them to let us have a 9-6 lead with 4 minutes left, or 4 minutes 36 seconds left in the first quarter here.
McNutt feeds the ball down low to Rupp. And Rupp, that's 2 turnovers now within 30 seconds. Coach doesn't look too pleased. So possession will go to UPIKE. Thomas Moore with 3 turnovers now on the night. As Quarter is running point. Hollier has the ball. Quarter from the baseline, no good, rebounded by Rupp. That pass is tipped off of Baker, but Gilman still has the ball for the Saints. UPIKE still has the lead, 9-6 with 4 minutes left to go in the first period. Good defense by Baker, but the double team leaves number 14, Kiernan, wide open. So she'll lay it in.
That was just a miscommunication there on the screen. One of them should have switched over, but they let a wide open basket go down. But hopefully they can make up for it on the offensive end.
As Dre Matchin has ball at the free throw line, gives it back to Baker at the top of the key. Good pick by Baker. Mullins going down low of the lane, puts it up, and not even close, but Hollier comes away with it, but she'll turn it over. Pass is stolen by number 15, Gilman. Both teams are struggling here offensively.
They sure are, Robert. Not even 10 points scored. We're almost at the end of the first quarter here. But if you're UPIKE, you want to see that because it keeps you in the game a lot longer than what maybe you may have thought you would be in at the beginning of the game. As Kiernan with the mid-range jumper gets it to go, and the Saints take the lead 10-9 here with 3:05 left in the first quarter.
This is the first lead that the Saints have tonight with 3 minutes left to go. As Mullins feeds the ball down low to Hollier. Hollier just pulls back from the baseline, no good. Rebounded by Rupp once again.
I think the second unit for the Saints is playing a lot better than the first unit was, and the tough shot's good by McNutt, and that'll be a timeout UPIKE.
Good call by Coach Williams to call a timeout there because the Saints just went on a 6-0 run here within like 2 minutes. So we have 2 minutes and 44 seconds left to go. Thomas More has the lead 12-9, and we'll be back briefly for more women's basketball. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Kayla Mullins passing it out for the Bears. Checking into the game is Mia Graytrax, and for the first time tonight, number 54, Elizabeth Latham. Definite height advantage here for the Bears, as Latham is at 6'2". And that'll be a travel call on Drea Matchin. Another turnover by the Bears.
That was just one you wish you could have back because you had an easy look on the elbow jumper there, but they got to make up for it on the defensive end on this possession. As McNutt for three, no good. Rebounded by Latham.
Mullins running point guard for the Bears. Looked like both players were about to set a screen there. She feeds the ball down low to Graytrax. No good. Latham comes away with the offensive board. Fresh shot clock. Latham not even moving, just trying to set a pick real quick. As Mullins gets swatted hard, but it looks like it hit off of her. So possession will go to Thomas More. With just under 2 minutes left to go, Thomas More has the lead, 12-9.
And Mullins set up a nice play to Graytrax down low, just couldn't execute on the layup on the right block and ended up on the second chance being blocked out of bounds.
And the Saints have the ball. Good defensive pressure, the 2-3 zone by UPIKE. And travel called on Gilman. Another turnover here. So possession goes to UPIKE. Quarter passes the ball into Mullins. Half-court pressure by Gilman. Ooh, Mullins almost got called for the backcourt violation right there. And that'll be a reach-in foul on Gilman. That's 2 fouls now within a minute.
Yeah, and she was found her all the way down the court. They finally called that one. But
Drea Matchin passes the ball in. Mullins almost loses it again, struggling handling the ball. She just throws it up. And that'll probably be a foul on Mullins. UPIKE is playing very sloppy, honestly, Lance. Like, they're not feeding the ball properly. They're just going down low the lane and just throwing it up instead of getting good ball movement and good spacing.
And as I said, when Castle's just not on the floor, it's just her, I don't know, the way she plays it. She checks in now as I say that. Jamie Castle checks in along with Rachel Lee for quarter. When Castle's on the floor, it just seems like the offense just has a sense of direction. And when she's not, it just seems that that's something that they're going to have to work on towards conference play is moving the ball when she's not on the floor.
Absolutely, because UPIKE will definitely struggle when they play fifth-ranked opponent Shawnee State as the MSC opener.
Yes, that is true.
See, look at the good ball movement here that Thomas More has. Look at that spacing as Abby Owens pulls up from way beyond the arc. No good. Madison Temple came in with that board.
And, Rob, even though she missed that three, that's the kind of shot that you want.
Absolutely.
If you're Thomas More.
Absolutely. If that pass is almost stolen by Lee, Temple comes away with it.
And you can't really, as Matchin gets the steal on the pass and she's going in on the fast break, turns it over.
Looked like she was looking for somebody to be there because she tried the no-look pass, but the pass was stolen by Temple.
And she almost walked on that one. She kind of had to throw it away at that point. I know I said earlier in the broadcast that they don't really have a size advantage, neither team does, but Temple's just towering over all the defenders that she's facing, and they're able to look over and have good court vision and make good passes and get her shots off. Absolutely.
The only shots that we're able to even get off, we're only shooting 29% from range, and then Thomas More shooting 50% from the field. So just 20 ticks left to go in the first period. Thomas More has possession, as they'll probably hold on the ball. Getting the last shot is number 2. White drives down low the lane, gets fouled. We'll see who this foul is on. Oh, no, it's an offensive foul. I didn't see what that foul was on, though.
I believe it might have been a travel.
5 seconds left for Castle to feed the ball to Match and download the baseline. 1 second left to shoot. Lee puts it up. No good. At the end of the first period, Thomas More has the lead, 12-9 here at the Eastern Kentucky Expo Center. And we'll be back for the start of the second period.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at the Eastern Kentucky Expo Center as Division III. Thomas More College Saints are taking on your UPIKE Bears. Thomas More outplaying UPIKE in the first period. Low score, though, 12-9, Lance. How do we approach the second period here?
I think that you have to be pleased with where you're at, even though you're shooting the ball terribly, around 20-something% from the floor. It just seems that you're only down 3, and if you start shooting the ball a little better, you're probably going to take the lead in this game, and you're playing pretty good defense, as we can tell. We forced a few turnovers, so I think that the offense just needs to get going, and hopefully we can take the lead in this second quarter before half.
As Lee has the ball going down their arm side, looked like she stepped out of bounds, and she did. So that'll be another turnover for the Bears.
Very good movement on defense from Moore.
I think one thing Lee needs to work on, if I had to critique her play, she just needs to realize her surroundings and what she's doing with the ball. Like, you need to get rid of the ball a little bit sooner, I feel like.
I agree, Rob. I have to say the same thing.
Owens from beyond the arc, NBA range.
That was deep.
Yeah, shot's good, though. Like I said, she was shooting 41% from three-point lane coming into tonight's matchup. So she now has 5 points on the night, leading the way for the Saints. Good pass by Castle to Graytrax down low. Puts it back out to Baker, though. And Graytrax gets the ball right back. Download the baseline, no good. Rebounded by Schultz.
Baker almost got in there on that offensive rebound, but couldn't get there in time.
Owens feeds the ball to Temple. Temple down low to White. Good separation by the Saints. 15 seconds left to shoot on the shot clock. And Schultz is wanting the ball down low as Owens has it and feeds it to Temple. 2 seconds left to shoot. Temple pulls up, swatted away by Baker. And that will be a shot clock violation.
Very good defense from the Bears there. Even though the Saints were moving the ball extremely well, they was just disciplined to their zone and come away with that possession. Very good defense, and hopefully can get a basket here to cut the lead down to 4-3.
Early on in the second period here, both teams combined have 13 turnovers, which is crazy to think about, as good feed by Baker gives it to Latham, who lays it off the glass, no problem. But UPike's definitely got to limit the turnovers here as they show a full court press. Jolly was thinking about it, goes down low the lane, passes it back to Temple. Schultz down low in the lane, swatted away by Latham, comes away with it. Fast tempo by Castle. She pulls up from the top of the key. Shot's good. UPike inches a little bit closer. Thomas More has the lead, 15-13.
I think that Castle's just going to have to take over this game here in the second quarter to see if they extend their lead.
Absolutely. As Temple lays the ball in off the glass, no problem. But going coast to coast is Leah. She gets fouled. And so she'll go to the line shooting 2. That's a foul on number 31, Schultz. That's her first. Team's first. UPike is 0 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. So UPike is taking their second trip to the free throw line. First shot up by Lee. Shot's good. Check it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, Gray Check's checking in now for the Bears. But go ahead, Lance.
We do shoot 68% from the free throw line, so I'm not really worried about our free throws tonight. We shoot very well as a team, and I think that if we're going to win this game, that we're going to have to make the free ones because they won't come easy against a team that plays a very good defense, and we're turning the ball over, so it isn't like they're fouling us. So we need to just limit the turnovers and create some fouls on the baseline. Is number 4.
Jolly puts the ball up, no good. Rebounded by Castle. Feeds the ball down low to Graytrex off the glass. And by the way, Lee made that second free throw, so we have a tight game now, 17 all, with just over 7 minutes left to go before half. Good 2-3 zone pressure, but Owens pulls up from 3. Once again, shot's good. Nothing you can do about that as they take the lead 20-17.
If you're Coach Williams, you have to live with her taking that shot. You really do.
Absolutely. I mean, you're not going to defend somebody who's about NBA range here.
No, you're not.
At the collegiate level. Thomas More shooting 47% from the field. UPike has increased their field goal percentage up to 36%, which is a little bit better than the first quarter. But now checking in for Thomas More will be number 14. That's Kiernan. For number 2, White. As Owens runs point, the 5'2" senior from Independence, Kentucky. So she played against my old high school in my times at high school. So
really?
that's pretty interesting to think about. Temple feeds the ball down low. Good pass. Gives it to Schultz. Can't get the roll in. Rebounded by Castle. Fight forward on the floor. And we have a jump ball. And possession will stay with Thomas More. Owens is leading Thomas More with 8 points. In quarter is leading the Bears in points with 5. As Temple has the ball, top of the key. Look at her wingspan, Lance.
I know.
I mean, she's got like a big wingspan. Like, I think that's how she overpowers Baker. You know, they're the same height, but her arms are a little bit longer, and she's able to lay the ball in no problem, you know.
Right.
Like, that's how we saw early on in this matchup. And that's a foul on Baker. Team's first. So the Saints will have the ball with a fresh shot clock once again as Jolly gets the pass in. And down low, shots up, no good by number 14, Kiernan. 5-4 on the floor. Once again, jump ball. Possession will go to UPike this time. Good defense once again.
I think that's just going to have to be how we stay in this game, is playing that good defense, because our offense just isn't really clicking right now, and nobody's really making their shots.
Absolutely. Given the fact that we're 64th in the country, giving up 69.3 points per game, I don't think that's how it's going to be tonight. I think this is going to be a high 40s, maybe low 50s score. As Lee has the ball at the wing. Good separation by the Bears. Castle has it at the top of the key. A little crossover. Gives the ball down low to Graytrex. Great pass. She puts it off the glass easily, no problem, as UPike cuts the lead down to 1.
That was just unbelievable how Castle could see over top of Temple there to see Graytrex down on the low block.
And ball hits off a UPIKE. Possession will stay with Thomas More. Thomas More has 8 turnovers compared to UPIKE's 7, Lance.
I think that's just we're going to have to keep that up and force those easy turnovers to get to the basket on the fast break.
Absolutely, as Owens gets the feed in by Jolly. Good pick by Kiernan. Kiernan getting the ball down low, sends it back out to the wing. Down low, back again to Schultz, and she gets the rattle in this time. As the Saints have the lead 22-19 with just over 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. And Castle has the ball to set up shop once again for the Bears. We haven't seen Quarter pull up from 3 except for the first play of the game, so look for her to shoot a 3 once again as Castle with the little jump fade. Shot's good. This is a great game so far, honestly, even though there's been a lot of turnovers. UPIKE has stayed in this game with the 10th ranked team in the country for Division III, so that's pretty impressive.
It is very impressive.
As Owens pulls up from beyond the arc once again. Once again, Lance, she swishes it, no problem. That's the 3rd time from the exact same spot.
She is bailing the Saints out tonight. She really has. She's got 11 points out of their 25. She's going to have to keep doing that if they're going to win this game.
Castle gives the ball back to Baker. Baker gives it down low to Graychecks. Graychecks wanted it, turns around in the paint. Ooh, doesn't get the shot, doesn't get it to go in. Rebounded by Temple. Temple has the ball, cross court for the Saints. And I don't agree with that call, Lance.
I don't either. It was just something to come off the screen and she come up and was straight up with it. Didn't really make that much contact with it. It's a very soft, ticky-tacky foul there called by the officials.
So that's a foul on Baker, a blocking foul. So she'll come out of the game. Drea Matchin will check in for her. Drea Matchin looking to get her first points of the day. She already has 2 fouls.
This is our best offensive lineup, I believe, Rob, with Matchin and Quarter and Castle and Graytrex and Lee. I think that we're going to have very good spacing here, and hopefully we'll get some baskets.
Absolutely, as Thomas More turns the ball over. That's their 19th turnover of the night. So UPIKE will have the ball with 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Across the midcourt is Castle. Scores 25-21, Thomas More. Matchin giving the ball to Quarter at the wing. UPIKE playing with 4 up top with 1 down low as that's a turnover. And that's a foul on Castle. She runs into a Thomas More player. Referees aren't taking anything today. They're just calling everything, aren't they?
They sure aren't, but I think that was a good foul by Castle to stop the fast break and force them to play a half-court offense, which they haven't been doing very well tonight. So I think that was a heads-up play there by Castle.
Owens running point as Mullins was looking to play up high from beyond the arc. As that pass looked like it was tipped away by Quarter, but another foul call by a ref, and that'll be a reach-in call.
I don't really like that call, Rob. I'm not sure. I just seen her may have touched her hand a little bit on that deflection. I'm not really sure. We have a pretty good angle right here.
It's Kiernan down low in the lane. Good defense by Graytrex as it's swatted away. She comes away with it. She's double teamed right now, trying to get rid of the ball. Gives it to Mullins, crossing midcourt. And Mullins will slow things up here as we have 4 running high and 1 down low. Quarter was thinking about it. Goes down low the baseline. And foul on, looks like it'll be number, that's a foul number 11. Abby Owens. That's her first. And we have a timeout on the floor by Coach Williams. So Thomas More has the lead 25-21 with just over 3 minutes left to go before the half ends. And we're going to go ahead and step away for a brief moment, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's matchup has been very even on both sides of the ball. UPIKE and Thomas More both have about 8 or 9 turnovers, and both teams have 12 points in the paint, and most of those are coming off turnovers, Lance.
I know, and I think that even though we are forcing the turnovers, you want to see us get points besides of off turnovers. You know what I mean? You want to play a really good half-court offense, and I think in the second half we're going to have to do that if we're going to stick around in this game, because Thomas More isn't going to shoot 30% in the second half. They're too prestigious of a program to do that.
UPIKE has raised their field goal percentage from 26% all the way up to 41% this quarter, so big difference of play here by UPIKE as they're only down by 4 with just under 3 minutes left to go as Drea Matchin has the ball at the wing. Good energy by the Bears, and she'll pull up from the elbow. Shot's good. UPIKE cuts the lead down to 2. And we have a turnover by number 23, Rupp. She stepped over the line before passing it, so that is a mental mistake. And now UPIKE will get the ball underneath their basket.
That was something I don't think we've seen here yet at the East Kentucky Expo Center this year, Rob. I've never seen that. Never seen it either. And
as she comes out of the game now, Schultz checks in for her. Definitely got to take her out after that mental mistake, so that's going to be costly here. We'll see how UPIKE responds as Lee has the ball at the top of the key. Good spacing by the Bears. Matching coming across the floor. Gets the feed. Screen by, and that'll be
a
legal screen by Great Tracks. I don't know if I agree with that. Referees are being a little soft today, Lance.
They are. They're being very soft today. And I'm not really being the guy to critique refs, but I mean you can't let them not touch them. You know, you're going to have to say the screen every now and then. And I'm not really sure what they were looking at there.
As the Saints have the ball with 15 seconds left to shoot on the shot clock. Gives the ball down low to Schultz. Schultz to Temple for 3. Shot's good. And Temple gets her first three-point play of the night. Just over 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter as the Saints have the lead 28-23. Mullins is running point. Good move by Quarter. Quarter down low the baseline, lays it in, no problem. Nice little backdoor cut there by Quarter. She gets the feed.
That's just something that seniors do. They understand the game on a backcourt, easy backdoor cut from Quarter. As we have a turnover, I'm not really sure what. I didn't see what happened there, Rob.
I didn't either. I just saw the ref just point this way, and
I did.
No numbers issued or anything, so this must be a team turnover. As Great Tracks checks out of the game, coming in will be Elizabeth Latham. This will be a good time for the 6'2" forward/center sophomore to Somerset, Kentucky to get some ball feeds down here as she gets the ball at the elbow. Gives it back to Mullins. Mullins, good pass to Matchin, almost loses it, but she feeds it down low to Latham, and she lays it in. So Latham checks into the game and gets her 4th point of the night.
Matchin bailed us out of a very sloppy possession there with a good pass to Latham.
Down low with Schultz. She just throws it up, submarine style, no good. Rebounded by Mullins. And Mullins with the bad pass, but Quarter's able to save it. UPIKE need to get some good spacing here. All 4 of them are at the wing and at the top of the key. Lee down low has Latham sets a screen. Mullins from the elbow. And she can't get the bounce.
That would have been a big shot from Mullins.
It would have been. UPIKE would have regained the lead here as UPIKE's only down by 1 with 42 seconds left to go in the second quarter. As Gilman feeds the ball down low to Schultz. And from beyond the arc, it's number 22, McNutt, no good, rebounded by Latham. 2-second differential between the game clock and shot clock as Mullins has the ball for the Bears. Mullins, good ball handling skills. She gives the ball to Latham from the 12-foot jumper.
There's a foul on Matchin there.
Matchin's got to be careful. That's her 3rd.
That was just unfortunate. The girl just kind of tripped and she fell on her. That was very.
Or excuse me, I got her mixed up with Baker. I thought Baker, for some reason, was in. Excuse me. No, Matchin has 2 fouls. Baker also has 2 fouls. 15 seconds left to go in the second quarter. And we'll be shooting free throws here. And we're shooting 2. So Thomas More has the lead 28-27 with number 12, Kelly Clapper, missing the first shot. That's good for the Bears. And checking in now will be number 14, Kiernan for number 31, Schultz. And also checking in will be number 2, White, after the next dead ball, probably for the shooter. As that shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Latham. 14 seconds left to shoot. Thomas More 0 for 2 from the free throw line, which was huge for the Bears. 10 seconds left. We'll see how Mullins adapts as she almost loses the ball. 5 seconds left to shoot.
Ooh, that was very close.
Very close.
Mullins touched the ball as it hit the out of bounds line there. That could have been very, very devastating here for the Bears. But we have 5.6 to go as Lee inbounds it.
And you've got to be thinking here, quarter's going to be pulling up for 3, or they might feed the ball down low if they can to Latham just to try to lay the ball in, just try to retake the lead before the end of the half. As there's 5 seconds left. Lee down low. Shots up, and it is no good. You got to think, you know Lee's going to do that. You know she's going to try and lay it up on her arm side. She does that every time. I don't know why they don't feed the ball out or anything. I don't understand, Lance.
Porter was on the left wing. I think she was really wanting the ball. She's probably our best shooter from the outside, and you want to see her with the ball on that last possession. But I am pleased with the way we've played. We're only down 1 against the number 10th ranked team in Division III basketball. So we got to be happy with where we're at right now.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step aside for about 10 minutes. We'll be back with 5 minutes left to go before the start of the third quarter. So at halftime, the score is Thomas More 28, UPIKE 27. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Eastern Kentucky Expo Center for your matchup tonight. The Division III Thomas More Saints, who are ranked 10th in the country, and your University of Pikeville Bears. At halftime, the score was 28-27. We're about 5 minutes away from the start of the third quarter. And some stats. Lance, 2 words, Abby Owens.
Oh, yeah, she's taken over this game, and mainly from the three-point line. She's pulled 2 or 3 from NBA range, and she's hit them all. She's 4 for 5 from the field and 3 for 4 from 3. So she really has been the X factor for the Saints, and she's going to have to keep playing that way as they're only up 1 point, and nobody else on the Saints seems to be stepping their game up, and she's just going to have to take over in the second half.
That's right. The Saints are shooting 4 for 11 from beyond the arc, which is only 36%, but you got to think 3 of those 4 3-pointers are from Abby Owens, who's shooting 3 for 4 from three-point land. The other one would be Madison Temple. But, yeah, Abby Owens, go-to player. You got to watch out for her opponent beyond the arc. If she starts doing that here in the second half, UPIKE's going to be devastated because she's lights out. But UPIKE has actually increased their field goal percentage. They're shooting 43% from the field compared to the first quarter when they were shooting about 26%, and Thomas More shooting 44%. So UPIKE has actually outscored Thomas More in the paint 16-12, so we got to tip our hats to Mia Greatrex and Elizabeth Latham.
Oh, yeah, and I think you got to take your hats off to Coach Williams for the adjustments after this first quarter. Just the offense seemed out of sync, and he must have done something over there to get his girls going, and now they're right back in this ball game, only down 1 here right at the half.
Absolutely. Absolutely. UPIKE has only shot 4 free throws, shooting 50%, so they've made 2 of them. So Rachel Lee made 2 of them, and Mia Greatrex didn't make any of her free throws. So turnovers are definitely going to be costly, too, in the second half. Thomas More, I think what's keeping them in the game, or keeping UPIKE in this game, is the turnovers Thomas More has given up. They've given up 11 turnovers compared to UPIKE's 9, which combined is 20, which is honestly really back considering that combined in total we have 55 points. You know, Thomas More is leading us by 1, but if we keep playing with the same energy we had in the second quarter when we outscored them 18-16, I think we'll be fine, Lance.
I think we will too, and I think that we're going to have to also just play better in a half-court offense. We can't keep relying on Thomas More turning over the ball because they're not going to turn it over 11 more times in the second half. That's just not going to happen. So we're going to have to shoot the ball better in a half-court, and hopefully we hope that we can get 11 more turnovers out of them. But if we can't, we're going to have to move the ball better when Castle's not on the floor. And I think we did a better job of that in the second quarter. In the first quarter, it just didn't seem like we had any played too much hero ball, isolation plays, but Mullen started moving the ball more in the second quarter, and I think that's what led us to get back in this ball game.
Absolutely. And also, keep in mind, this is the first meeting in recorded history between Pikeville and Thomas More. And for those of you just tuning in, Thomas More, their NCAA Division III school, juggernauts, they've won 2 national championships, one in 2015 and one in 2016, although one of those national championships were vacated due to infractions for the NCAA. We won't touch base on that, but basically, I mean, Thomas More is the real deal here, folks. I mean, they're ranked 10th in the country for Division III, and they're joining the Mid-South Conference, and they're coming either down or up, however you want to call it, for NAI. I think the competition's a lot better in NAI personally, and so this is going to be a good test for UPIKE heading into next year as well. They get a basis of some of these players because for Thomas More, they only have 2 seniors. So they're going to see a lot of these same players next year, Lance. And obviously we have Jamie Castle, Drea Matchin, and Rachel Lee. So both teams have 3 seniors. So this is going to be a very fair contest for the next 3 years possibly.
You're right, Robin. I think when the next poll comes out, if we win this game, the committee's going to have to look at that and say, you know, they beat a Division III team, the 10th ranked team in the nation, in their house.
Yep.
So I think
absolutely
that's going to be big for us being ranked in this next poll. But we got to keep stacking these wins. We're 6-4.
Absolutely.
And we can't just win one, lose one. We got to keep going a roll here and win a few games in a row.
Absolutely. And the thing is, UPIKE, they were receiving votes, and the poll came out today. And we fell out because our record's 6-4, and we have a win against number 11 Bethel, which is really good, but we've also had some pretty bad losses. So this will be a good rebound and to try and get back in the top 25. But meanwhile, for our men's basketball team. Like I said and predicted, we cracked the top 10, so congratulations at an 11-0 start, which is Coach Kelly Wells' best start here in program history for him, which is incredible. And but yes, they went up to 8 in the country.
That's what I assume they'd be around that high, close to 10, 9, 8 range. I mean, you can't ignore the 11-0 start and the way we've been playing. We're first defensive. I'm pretty sure we're first in defense and on points allowed.
We are. In
the country, and that's just something you can't ignore, especially with the 11-0 record. And hopefully we can keep stacking those wins with the men's team as well and get maybe to 16, 17-0 because we can with the competition we'll be playing in these next few games. So, never know. We might mess around and crack the top 5 here soon.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're just about to start here in the third quarter as Madison Temple passes the ball into Owens, who's been lights out the first half. Jolly has the ball at the wing, waits for it, gives it back to Owens, going down low. Big height differential between Owens and Lee. As Jolly has the ball now, 12 seconds left to shoot on the shot clock. Good pass down low to Schultz as she passes it down low to the baseline, gives it back to the wing to Jolly, who lays it off the glass. No good. And that ball is taken away by Quarter. 3 versus 2 as Lee goes down the court, gives it back to Quarter. Quarter's only shot 1 from beyond the arc as Castle with the jumper. Looked like a three-pointer, but it'll just be a jumper as UPIKE retakes the lead for the first time since the first quarter.
And that was the formula they're going to have to use to win. Good defense leads to better offense.
Absolutely. So Owens has the ball. She will pull up from way beyond the arc. We've seen that 3 times already tonight. And she's made those shots no problem as left alone is Temple. Bad defense there by the Bears as the Saints regain the lead 30-29. But the Bears wasting no time at all. Going cross court, feeds the ball to Graytrex, and she puts it in no problem. So UPIKE retakes the lead. Man, this is exciting, isn't it?
It is. It's an exciting game. I think it'll be back and forth like this the whole quarter unless one team can bust out a big run here.
I'm telling you, it's going to be the turnovers. And that was a great pass down to Schultz at the elbow, and she'll just drive down low the lane. That's twice now. UPIKE has been kind of soft on defense there in the paint, as Schultz now has 6 points for the Saints.
And Coach Williams definitely does not like that, Rob.
Castle has the ball up top for the Bears. Gives it to Quarter. Quarter feeds the ball down low to Baker, who recently comes into the game. And Graytrex puts it up, and no good, but she'll go to the line shooting 2. We'll see if she can connect from free throw line this time, as she was 0 for 2 last time she went to the free throw line.
Yeah, I don't think she'll go 0 for 2 again. She's too good of a player to do things like that.
Absolutely. Free throws are costly. I mean, they're free points.
They're free points as she makes the first one.
Tie game, 32-all here at the Eastern Kentucky Expo Center. Graytrex looking to shoot her second shot. She has 9 points on the night, leading the Bears as that shot's way off the mark. It hits nothing but the net in a bad way.
In a bad way. But it is a tie ball game, and the girls on the bench thought that was pretty funny. You can tell Matching and Latham laughing at that free throw.
Saints looking to set up shop here to extend their lead. And don't know what the call was, but good thing it was called because Owens pulled it up from behind the arc once again, and she's...
It was a legal screen on White, and I could see it. She kind of drove her elbow in with that one, and it was a good call by the official there. Even though they have been kind of calling everything this game, that was a very good call.
Did you notice Owens made that shot from beyond the arc again?
He did.
That's unbelievable. She would have been 4 for 5, and that's NBA range.
That is.
All 4 shots. And that's another illegal screen by Graytrex, and Graytrex is just dumbfounded.
She cannot believe it, and I can't believe it. I don't even know if she touched her. I don't know, but
she's in foul trouble though. She's got 3 fouls here early on in the third quarter, and you can see Latham coming in the scores table now. So she's probably going to come in for Graytrex as that ball's passed down low from Temple to Schultz. So she almost loses it. Temple comes away with it back again, feeds the ball to the wing, gives it back to Jolly at the top of the key. 10 seconds left to shoot in the shot clock. And Baker tips it away, but Temple comes away with it. 3 seconds left to shoot.
Oh, they got that one on Lee, I believe. No, that was on Baker.
On Baker. That's Baker's third. So, no, that's 2 players with 3 fouls. And I just don't see how these refs are seeing these fouls, and now Drea Matchin's probably going to check in for Baker.
They are, and I didn't. The only person I seen reaching on that play was Lee, and I figured that was who they called it on, but I'm not really sure where Baker was on that play to cause a foul.
So score's tied at 32 all. Just over 7 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Schultz has the ball at the elbow, gives it back to Owens. Looking to pull for three, but doesn't. Good ball handling by the Saints. Temple in the lane, puts it way off the glass and no good. Offensive rebound by Schultz. Submarine shot, no good. Rebounded by Lee. As Castle feeds the ball to Matchin at the wing, Bears have got to be less selfish on offense. As good little crossover by Castle, but can't connect with the jump fade. That's her favorite type of shot. If you've noticed that, she likes to do a little crossover and then a little jump fade, leaning towards the hoop.
Very, very good shot. It just couldn't go in there as White misses that one.
Way off the mark. Once again, that's 2 shots in a row where Thomas More looks like they were just throwing it off the backboard as Owens tries putting it up, no good. And that'll be a team turnover. Possession will go to UPIKE. Checking in will be number 14, Nikki Kiernan, for Schultz. And number 12, Kelly Clapper, will check in for Taylor Jolly.
At this point, Rob, I don't think that it's even a slow offense. I think it's just good defense by both teams because we have 32 points scored by both teams here with almost halfway through the third quarter, and it just seems that it's not even really the shots are bad. Shots are just not going in.
As that shot's off the mark by Matchin. It was a good pass by Castle. Offensive rebound. Excuse me, defensive rebound by Owens. I'm getting my words all mixed up. It's been a long day with finals coming up, let me tell you.
Sure has.
Temple feeds the ball down low. Stolen by Latham. Latham gives the ball to Castle. Castle feeds it. Hail Mary pass to Lee, and passes incomplete as it'll go out of bounds. Possession will go to Thomas More.
Castle's really good at pushing the ball up the floor like that. Just couldn't connect on that one. And that's huge for our transition offense as Castle truly ignites it.
Absolutely. As Owens has the ball, running a play here. Gives the ball to Clapper. Good double team by UPIKE as they fall back. Quarter playing up on Owens, trying to prevent the three-pointer. And pulling up from beyond the arc will be Temple. No good as she's 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Castle jumps up from the elbow. No good. Offensive rebound by Drea Matchin. And left alone is quarter for 3. She's got to make this, Lance, and she does. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, you're left alone. It's like that's when you start to think like, oh my gosh, I'm left alone. I can't miss this.
I know it, and that's one of the toughest shots to make. You'd think being wide open like that's easy, but really, it's just it gets in your head like, oh, I got to make this. But she did. Extends our lead to 3 here with 4:51 left in the third quarter.
Scores UPIKE 35, Thomas More 32. It's been a very low-scoring affair here at the Eastern Kentucky Expo Center. And that shot is up and off the mark by Kiernan. Coming away with the rebounds, Castle. She's on a fast break going coast to coast. Good pass to Matchin, lays it off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Owens.
Oh, that was just unfortunate. Seems like she short-armed the finish there.
That would have been a great play and huge momentum swing for UPIKE. As that looked like a lob pass, but Thomas Moore is able to come away with it still as Temple has ball at the top of the key. Watch out for Owens pulling up with a little crossover.
A foul in quarter, I believe. I think that's what they're going to get her for a push.
One thing I love about watching Abby Owens here for Thomas More, you know, obviously I want UPIKE to win, but she is such an athlete. You know, she's 5'2", but in her head, no. She's 6 foot. No. She doesn't care. She'll cross you over. She'll shoot from way beyond the arc. And I honestly love seeing a basketball player like that. And it's been a treat just for, in general, to see a basketball player like that because we can all accept, you know, when you see good basketball, you got to take credit where credit's due.
Right, you do.
As that three-pointer's up, and it bounces in. And that's number 22, Brianna McNutt, for her first three-pointer of the night.
She's trying to get that shot all night, and she finally puts it in.
Quarter down low at the baseline as we have a blocking foul by number 12. That's Clapper. That's her first, team's third. Checking in will be, for the first time tonight, will be number 5. That's Haley Anderson. Checking in for the senior Rachel Lee. Haley Anderson, the freshman guard from out of Florence, Kentucky, Cooper, so she's probably played with a lot of these players here against Thomas More, because we have some players also from Florence, Kentucky, went to Boone County. There's 2 players who went to Boone County. That basket's good by Drea Matchin. So maybe that's what Coach Williams is thinking, because she's played against these players before. So that's a smart move by Coach Williams, as Haley Anderson is playing down low against number 23, Shelby Rupp, as she lays it in, even though it's good defense. And we're tied once again at 37 apiece.
And that was just a junior against a freshman there, just taking the advantage of their experience there. As Castle goes in on the tough shot, no good. That will be...
Possession will stay with UPIKE.
Yeah, I believe that's a good call there. It was real tough to see because those 3 or 4 girls touching the ball.
Addison Quarters leading the way with 10 points for the Bears tonight. Quarter gets the feed at the elbow, turn around, gets swatted away by Rupp. Good defense by the Saints. And going coast to coast was number 15, Gilman, as she puts it up, no good. And we have another foul. Is this an over-the-back foul?
I believe it is, and it'll be on.
And that's on Hollier. That's her first, team's 4th.
They've called fouls just everywhere tonight, Rob. I guess you want to be better safe than sorry, but I wouldn't want to be this safe. I mean,
down low is Kiernan in the lane. No good once again. Offensive rebound, though, but that'll be a travel. Number 23, Rupp. Kiernan has struggled for Thomas More trying to get the ball in the lane. Good defense by the Bears. Score still tied at 37 apiece with just under 3 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter at the Eastern Kentucky Expo Center. As Castle gets the ball tipped away, possession will stay with UPIKE. Shot clock doesn't reset, so UPIKE will have 25 seconds. Dre Matchin passing the ball in for UPIKE. So Jamie Castle will look to set up shop once again.
That was a good call.
That's a blocking foul by number 15, Gilman. That's her second, team's 4th. So UPIKE will take the ball out at half court once again.
I think it's crazy that Thomas More averages 85 points a game. We've held him to 37. There's a nice pass inside from Castle to number 5. Anderson for the easy layup on the left block, extends the lead 39-37.
But no, I know you're exactly right, though, with your statement there. It's Kieran Dello in the lane once again, all way off the mark. UPIKE has got to love that, and that's another reason why they've been holding him, as Castle pulls up from 13 feet for the shot, and UPIKE extends their lead to 4. Let me tell you, that 4-point extension lead just feels like 10 right now.
It does. It feels like just an absolute. As Quarter gets the steal.
But yeah, it does. It feels amazing right now. And Bears definitely have a lot of momentum on their side right now. The score is 41-37. UPIKE leading the number 10th team in the country for Division III, as Anderson comes away with the offensive board. Fresh shot clock for Castle and the Bears. Castle feeds the ball over to Anderson. Quarter was thinking about it for 3. His ball back to Castle from beyond the arc. Shot's good. Splash. And UPIKE takes a commanding lead, 44-37, with the 7-point lead, which is the largest lead of the night. And now that we have a timeout, there is something I would like to say for everybody out there. Just a mini public service announcement. Last night, I lost a friend of mine in a car accident, and I just want to remind everyone to just please wear your seatbelts whenever you're out. It doesn't matter if you're driving 1 minute, if you're driving 2 hours or whatever, wear your seatbelt. In this instance, he was wearing a seatbelt, but also, you know, wet roads. You got to be smart. Please go the speed limit. Please don't, you know, try to get home 5 minutes faster or 10 minutes faster. You know, you have loved ones that care for you and everything, and I understand that, you know, you want to get home as fast as possible, but please, I'm telling you, please just go the speed limit and know your situations. But I just wanted to let everyone know that. And but we're back in action here as Thomas More has the ball. And that'll be a foul on number 35, Hollier. Well, this is the best I've seen UPIKE play now here in the late second quarter and this whole third quarter.
Oh,
Lance.
yeah, I agree. I think that they finally got in sync on the offensive end, and it's really paying off here as we get a 7-point lead with 1:17 to go. As that first free throw from McNutt is good.
Jamie Castle leading the way for the Bears with 11 points as that second shot by McNutt is good, and she now has 7 points on the night. Scores UPIKE 44, Thomas More 39. Just over a minute left to go in the third quarter. As Castle tries to give the ball to Hollier. Hollier almost loses it. Gives the ball back to Castle. Dre Matchin from the baseline from 6.
Oh.
No good. Rebounded by Schultz.
That was just a shot you wanted to see go in. It rolled in and out, and that would have been another big momentum swing there. Extend the lead back to 7 as Owens for 2, no good. Rebounded by Castle.
Castle coming across midcourt now for the Bears. As Dre Matchin loses it, tipped out by Thomas More, so possession will stay with UPIKE. But Lance, as you said before, UPIKE has held Thomas More to 39 points when they're originally giving up 69, which is 64th in the country, and Thomas More is usually scoring 85 points per game, so they're definitely struggling here. You got to wonder if it might be that cross-division experience there, because NAI, I think, is honestly more competitive than Division III.
Yeah, I believe so too. It just Temple shoots a 3, no good. Rebounded by Schultz. She goes inside, good on the right block.
14 seconds left. Clock still running, 10 seconds left. Shot clock's off. Castle has the ball. Got to think Castle or Quarter's going to take the shot. Castle goes down low the lane, loses it. And that'll be the end of the third quarter with UPIKE having a 3-point lead, 44-41. But as you were saying, Lance, before that shot by Temple, yeah, the cross division's got to be a huge factor for Thomas More because they're coming in here, 3.5-hour drive from Crestview Hills all the way to Pikeville. One, it's a culture shock. Two, they're seeing players they've never seen play before, so it's got to be hard for them.
Of course, and I think that for them, they also have to be more disciplined. They're averaging 85 points a game, and I think that coming in only having 41 going into the fourth quarter, you've got to be disappointed with how you're playing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Lance. Absolutely right. And I'm looking for the Bears. If you notice, they limited the turnovers that quarter too, and so they were able to come back. And this lead was back and forth for some time here in the beginning of the third quarter. And then UPIKE kind of lost it. And then they came back and surged to increase their lead to 7. And then the Saints towards the end kind of showed some more life. And I'm telling you, this game's going to come down to the wire. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this game ends here at the Eastern Kentucky Expo Center. And after this game for the women's is the men's basketball game tipping off at 8 p.m. here at the Eastern Kentucky Expo Center as well. It'll also be a live audio feed, but this time it'll be EKB giving the live commentary. And we'd like to thank you all for tuning in as we start the fourth quarter here. Great checks with the screen. Hard pass from Quarter. And Baker recently checks into the game, actually. As Castle almost loses it. Castle and Owens with a little crossover. Gives the ball back to Quarter. Quarter down low in the lane. Puts it up, and it's good. So Quarter will try for the three-point play. Good ball movement and separation by the Bears as they surge their lead to 5. We'll see if they can extend their lead to 6, pending the free throw.
Owens is stumbling on that hesitation move from Castle. That's what made me react there. Thought she was going to fall down. I
thought she was going to fall down too, although Quarter misses the free throw. As Rupp gives the ball back to Schultz. Schultz wanting to go back down low in the paint. That's her expertise. And Schultz in the paint has 8. And pulling up from beyond the arc is number 22, McNutt, no good. Rebounded by Baker. Castle giving the ball to Lee. Lee passed the ball to Greatrex.
Oh, as they call it.
They called on Greatrex.
They did.
And Coach Williams is just livid over there. He doesn't understand. There's nothing Greatrex could do. She's just getting the ball, and with the pass, with the momentum, she just put it up. But she definitely is in foul trouble now, which is scary to think about. She has 9 points, which is a huge factor for the Bears. So one more foul, and she's done for the night. So she's got to be careful. So you got to think they're going to exploit that and try to get her to foul.
Going to have to feed it to Schultz down here, as they do.
Greatrex has got to be careful. Pulling up from beyond the arc is Jolly, no good. Off, rebounded by Baker once again. Looks like that's the same play almost as Lee goes arm side, no good. As Owens goes coast to coast, way off the mark. Offensive rebound by Jolly. Jolly gives the ball to Owens. Was thinking about doing it for three. Gives the ball down low to Schultz. Oh, and that'll be the fourth. That'll be the fifth and final foul for Greatrex. So Greatrex is going to be done for the night.
They automatically got it to Schultz down there.
Exactly. You had to know that was coming.
Now Hollier will come in the game for the Bears since Greatrex fouls out, and Mullins will also be coming in, I believe, for Castle.
So Castle comes out. Mullins comes in, she's been very good at the point guard position as well, honestly, for the Bears. Let's see here. Mullins is averaging 8.3 points per game, which isn't bad coming off the bench if you really think about it. It's not. As Schultz nails her first free throw to inch them a little bit closer to the Bears, scores 46-42. You got to think that's a huge loss, though, for the Bears, because Hollier she doesn't have the experience yet. She's a very physical player, and she's a great player.
She is.
But she doesn't have that experience yet with Greatrex. But I think another good thing about that, though, we haven't played Thomas More, so it doesn't really matter, I feel like, in this instance.
Hollier has played very well tonight, though. I will say that. And they call an illegal screen, which was just, you can't. It wasn't her fault. She didn't do anything wrong there.
Owens just fell to the ground. I don't understand why these refs are calling these fouls. As UPIKE still has the lead by 3, scores 46-43 here. UPIKE already has 3 fouls in the fourth quarter, which is not good at all.
You don't want to let them get in the bonus too early.
As Jolly gets some separation going down low the lane and lays it off the glass. It's good. And UPIKE is starting to lose some momentum here. I think Coach Williams has to call a timeout here pretty soon. UPIKE has the lead 46-45.
I was going to make that same comment, Rob. I think Williams is going to have to take a timeout if the offense possession here doesn't really work out for him as Baker goes inside. Nice pass to Hollier as it's off of Jolly, as Latham will come in for Hollier on this possession.
I like this move.
I do too.
I like this move. Latham checks in for the Bears. Like I said, Latham with that height differential, she's 6'2".
Nice pass from Baker at the top of the key to Mullins for 3. Big shot from Mullins to extend the lead back to 4, a 2-possession game.
Big shot by the Bears. They absolutely needed that so bad.
For sure, Rob. I completely agree. That was the momentum was swinging back to the Saints, and now it's kind of just even kill here.
So one thing I've noticed, number 14, Kieran, is listed at 5'10" for the Saints. But I honestly think she's like 6'1" because she's just about as tall as Latham.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too, is Owens for 3, and she is lighting it up from deep tonight.
Devastating as she absolutely swishes that shot. She's just lights out, 14 points. Unbelievable. There's nothing you could do. That was a fadeaway 3 from almost NBA range.
No, you can't really do anything about that as Lee at the top gets it to quarter.
Oh, bad communication by the Bears as Latham wasn't looking for it and Mullins thought she was. And that's a turnover. Pass stolen by Owens. Owens going down low the lane. Lays it up. No good. Offensive rebound by Kiernan. She gets fouled by Baker. Now Baker has 4 fouls. So if we lose Baker after losing Greatrex, we're really going to struggle here late in this game.
We will, because those are 2 of our best players, Rob. But luckily we do have a very deep roster, but you want to have your best players in the fourth quarter in a close game with a very good basketball team.
First shot's good by Kiernan. But absolutely, as we have Dre Matchin checking in and Haley Anderson. But see, we just took our 2 big players out, so now we got to kill them on the speed and scoring offensively, because defensively they're going to get these offensive rebounds.
They are, and I think that we're going to have to definitely have a very good offensive possession right here. Look for a very good shot. Not necessarily the 3. You don't need to look for the 3, but we are down 1 now. So we do have to score here, and we can't let Thomas More get any momentum with 6:24 left in the fourth quarter, because they will kill us if they get any type of momentum.
Right, and that was a bad pass by Mullins, bad pass selection. As number 24, Temple, steals it, and the shot was actually missed by Owens, who was left alone for 3, believe it or not. And Matchin was able to save the ball. This is where the senior leadership needs to take over.
It sure does, and that was just a bad trap there from the Saints. Just a bad decision there to slow the ball game down, because they had a lot of momentum there on that possession coming off that offensive possession. And Castle checks back in for the Bears.
UPIKE is down by 1. Thomas More 50, UPIKE 49. Just under 6 minutes left to go in this game. As Mullins has the ball at the wing. Tight man-to-man pressure by the Saints. Anderson going down low to the baseline. Gives it back to Matchin. Pass is tipped by Kiernan, stolen from Kiernan. And now Thomas More has the ball. Abby Owens, the most devastating player on the court all night, has the ball to set up shop for the Saints. And please tell me who that foul is on. I would love to know.
I believe they're going to call it on Anderson, and they will. She didn't.
I don't understand. How are you calling these fouls? What did Anderson do? All UPIKE did was go for the ball that was a pass. I don't understand.
Yeah, I didn't really see much contact there to cause a foul.
It's number 23, Shelby Rupp will shoot 2. First shot is good as they extend their lead to 2.
That's a very big 2 points here with a low-scoring game where buckets aren't coming easy, Rob, and I think that
we're back to our first quarter ways.
Yes, and I think being in the bonus so early in this quarter is going to kill us as Rupp makes her second free throw.
So now the Bears are down by 3. Castle has the ball, slowing the tempo up just a little bit. All players are running high. They need to get some separation as Castle almost throws the ball away. Gets the ball down low to Matchin. Matchin puts it up and gets the roll. Heck of a play by Matchin. You know, she's usually not a 4 player. You know, she's usually a 2 or 3, but she's playing the 4 right now due to Great Treks being out of the game and Baker in foul trouble. You got to think Baker's going to be checking the game here pretty soon, though, because that's going to keep happening. Because this is the first time tonight where Kiernan's actually able to make something in the lane as they extend the lead back to 3, 54-51, Thomas More. So Castle has the ball, going down low the lane, gives it back to Anderson.
And that was just a silly play there by Rupp.
So push foul by number 23, Shelby Rupp. That's her second, team's third. If we can get Thomas More to 5 fouls, we'll be able to go to the line, and I think we'll be okay. But Castle swings the ball over to Mullins. Good pick by Anderson. Gives the ball back to Matchin. Castle getting the ball. Matchin feeds it to Lee from the baseline. No good. Rebounded by Kiernan. I would think UPIKE just needs to drive to the lane and try to force a foul.
I think so, too, just to get into the bonus with 4 minutes left. That way you have the easy points.
And now Kiernan is just devastating the Bears right now as she gets the offensive board off the shot that Owens missed and lays it off the glass, no problem. Extends the lead to 5 as we see Hollier coming into the scores table, which is a good move by Coach Williams because we need that height differential. We need that bad as Anderson passes the ball to Mullins, lays it off the glass, cuts the lead down to 3. With 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go, Thomas More 56, UPIKE 53.
Very heads-up play there by the freshman, getting it down there to Mullins.
Kiernan left alone, down low in the paint. Once again, I think Coach Williams needs to call a timeout.
I do too. I think that he needs to get Corder and Hollier in the game as soon as possible. Maybe after this offensive possession, needs to get them on the floor as he takes a timeout right here.
There it is. And you got to think they got to be playing maybe a 2-3 zone with Hollier in there so she has that middle lane blocked up because Kiernan's literally just chilling down there like, hey, give me the ball. Like, I'm like 3 inches taller than everybody. Let me just lay it in.
And you don't want to contest that because more than likely this officiating crew will call foul.
They absolutely will. And thankfully for the players that are in right now, according to the scoreboard, I mean, we have 2 fouls for some players, but that's doable. But definitely look out for Baker once again here late in this game, maybe about a minute and a half, 2 minutes remaining in the game if she does come back in, because you might as well put one of your best rebounders and playmakers back in, and then if you do get into foul trouble, well, then you can resort back to putting somebody else in.
You're right.
But as of now, Hollier checks in for the Bears. UPIKE will keep the same players on the court. Castle, Mullins. Actually, Quarter checks in for Haley Anderson. So we have a three-point specialist, a playmaker, true freshman, and we got a big physical player down low in the paint, so we should be good. So we get some good separation. Castle going down low the lane, gets swatted away. Possession will stay with UPIKE. Shot clock will remain at 9 seconds with 3 minutes left to play. Castle taking a hard lick, though.
I think she was trying to draw the foul there, Rob. Maybe get to the line, gets 2 easy shots.
See, if you're gonna try to draw the foul, you can't be shooting a submarine for a free throw. You got to put your arm up and try to do it that way. As Corder gets the feed from out of bounds by Matchin. 5 seconds left to shoot. Castle's got to get rid of it. Gives the ball to Hollier. Hollier's got to shoot it, and she gets it off. Way off the mark, no good. Rebounded by number 15, Gilman for Thomas More. Bad shot selection by the Bears there. As number 24, Madison Temple, feeds the ball down low to Rupp, and now Thomas More showing why. Oh, she missed the shot. Looked like she made it.
I did. I thought she made it too. I looked away just for a second, and it ended up in the Bears' hands.
I'm not complaining, I'll tell you that, as Castle has the ball. 2.5 minutes left remain in the game, down by 5. Castle with the jumper. Air ball, no good. And possession
stays with the Bears.
Yes, it'll stay with the Bears. Looked like it must have accidentally hit off a Thomas More player. Didn't expect it to. So passing it out will be Matchin. Almost loses it. Gives it to Hollier. Sends it back up to the top of the key to Mullins. Swings it to Castle with a little fake. With the mid-jumper. No good. Rebounded by Owens. Saints have the lead 58-53 with 2 minutes remaining in the game.
They've got to get a stop here, Rob.
They've got to. I'll tell you what, though, Thomas More proving that they're the 10th-ranked team in the country. It's hard playing cross-division and then, coming back from when they were losing. And that'll be a –
It was a hook.
It was a hook,
That was a very good call by the official. I thought they were going to give that foul to the Bears, but very nice call from the officials. You don't see that much.
One thing to keep in mind, Thomas More has forced 4 fouls, so if they get to the 5th foul, UPIKE will go to the free throw line. So we'll see what the Bears try to do here with Coach Williams and what play he'll run as Castle takes the ball cross midcourt, slow tempo. Matching at the 2, looking to set a screen. They need to feed the ball down low to Hollier.
They sure do. I'm surprised Baker isn't back in this ball game yet as she double dribbled.
Costly turnover by the freshman. Minute and a half remaining in the game as we have another timeout by Coach Williams. We'll go ahead and step aside for a brief moment, and we'll be back for the rest of your UPIKE women's basketball team. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rob Rono, alongside me, Lance Tackett, of course, always bringing you coverage of your UPIKE women's and men's basketball games. Lance, a minute and a half remains in the game. We're down by 5. What's the game plan?
I think we've just got to play good defense as Baker is not in the game. As we predicted she would come in, she's not in the game at this point. I think it would have been big here to have her on defense.
So I'd say this is probably going to be the last possession where UPIKE will let them get a shot off before they start fouling.
I believe so.
As Gilman has the ball, gets it down low to Schultz. Schultz feeds it back to Temple. As long as Owens doesn't have the ball in her hands, we'll be fine. 10 seconds left to shoot. Temple with the little jumper. Shot's good.
It was a good shot. That was just a great player making a great play in the fourth quarter as Temple with a nice fader from the elbow. The timeout by Thomas Moore, the 30-second timeout.
So the Saints extend their lead to 7. So if we have Quarter in here, maybe drive to the lane. If you could swing it out to Quarter, shoot a three-pointer, it goes in, because if she's left alone or she gets a clean look, she's going to make the shot. But the problem is you can't have a point guard and then 4 players hovering around the top and not moving, except for like the point guard. That's just not going to work. You got to have some type of motion, set screens, have some players down low, though you can get that separation and get that good give and go. That way Quarter can get a good clean look for 3 to cut this lead down to 4. Because if they could get a three-pointer off right here and cut the lead down to 4, then we'll be good. But there's only 1 minute remaining now left in the game. As Castle has the ball at the top of the key, gives the ball to Lee. Lee way off the mark for 3. That might have been one of the worst shots I've seen tonight.
No.
You got to expect a bigger play from your senior.
Sure do. Seemed like she just wanted to get it off and maybe save some time, but it just ended up not working out.
As Mullins gets the foul off. So going to the free throw line will be number 23, Shelby Rupp, the junior from Milan, Indiana. First shot is up, and it is good. So the Saints extend their lead to 8.
Just the 10th ranked team doing what they're supposed to do, Rob. Just take over in the fourth quarter and secure a win. And she makes the second free throw.
Absolutely. Saints extend their lead to 9. Score 62-53. 46 seconds left to go in the game. Gives the ball back to Lee for 3. Shot is good.
You would have liked to have seen that on the last possession as well.
Absolutely. They got to get a foul off here. Oh, and Castle gets hit in the face. No foul called.
And then nothing. No. There was nothing called on that. And then now they'll call a foul, and I believe they're on Quarter.
I don't understand how you can't call a foul when the girl hits her in the face.
And she's still laying on the ground on the other side. There's just nobody saying anything.
So I guess the rest were completely oblivious to that play, but not oblivious to this little push play.
Oh,
if I do that. Honestly, I was kind of almost looking for a jump ball.
Oh, yeah, because
yeah,
a lot of grappling and tugging at the ball by both teams, and nothing was called.
I mean, I got to be honest with you. I'm impressed with Owens' play, but I'm really not that impressed with Thomas More. I mean, they just don't honestly seem like they're playing as a 10th-ranked team. I mean, the chemistry they have and, like, them coming back, yes, you're playing as a 10th-ranked team. That's great. But, honestly, they've got to thank a lot of this just to UPIKE missing so many shots here this quarter. I mean, this is almost worse than the first quarter we saw, as Owens makes 1 of 2, extends the lead to 7. Mullins pulling up for 3, and that shot's way off the mark. UPIKE taking terrible shots here in the fourth quarter. And just like that, that's what I'm saying, Lance. I mean, we're just giving them this win pretty much.
You can't just dribble down and shoot it. That's just not organized basketball in any way. You got to look for a better shot no matter how much time's left on the clock. You never know what could happen at the free throw line. So you want to cut the lead down as much as you can, because if you make a 3 here, it's only a 4-point game as Temple's left wide open down the court. She gets an easy layup with 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, and at this point, you got to think they're not going to foul anymore.
No.
This will probably be the last possession for the Bears, as the score is 65-56. Thomas More. Lee has the ball. 3 shots good. So Coach Williams calls a timeout, but I don't think that's going to be enough, as UPIKE's down by 6 with 10 seconds left to go with Thomas More having the ball.
You'd need a Reggie Miller right here. What you'd need.
Absolutely. But yes, as I've said before, though, I bet you UPIKE's shooting maybe 23, 25% this quarter. Like, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. We've taken lots of bad shots in critical situations. I mean, like you said, you can't just dribble up and shoot when you're down by 7 points. You need to get some ball movement, get some separation, and feed the ball to your seniors and try to get this shot off, but who knows? I mean, there's 10 seconds left. Maybe we can get a foul here as long as Owens doesn't get the ball.
And
she does.
Gets it.
That'd be a foul on number 14, Mullins. That's her third.
She almost tripped and fell there. That would have been unreal. She'd have fell and had the ball just laying there with no foul called. But you can definitely expect Owens to make these free throws. If she can pull it from the NBA range and not hit a free throw, that'd just be ironic. It would be.
And Owens, she's a senior guard out of Independence, Kentucky from Simon Kenton.
She makes her first free throw, extends the lead to 7 with 9 seconds left in the game.
She has 16 points on the night. 16 very crucial, critical points. Make it 17 as she sinks the second free throw. UPIKE down by 8. 5 ticks left on the clock. And Leah will just pull up from 3. Shot's no good. Rebounded by number 23, Shelby Rupp. And that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Eastern Kentucky Expo Center. Final score, Thomas More 67, UPIKE 59. Lance, UPIKE had the lead by 7 at one point in the third quarter, man. What happened?
I think that we just couldn't really figure out what we wanted to do in the fourth quarter. It didn't really seem like we were in sync. It seemed like the first quarter all over again. Just couldn't really have any sense of direction on the offensive end, and losing Greatrex was huge for us on the defensive end because Kiernan could just take over down there, had 8 or 9 straight points for them, and it just gained the momentum for Thomas More, and that just really was won them the ball game.
Yep. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank you all for tuning in to tonight's broadcast between UPIKE and Thomas More. Next home game for the Bears is December 15th against Marion College. Last time UPIKE squared off against Marion College, they lost 90-82 with leading scorer Addison Corder with 19 points and assist leader Jamie Castle. So UPIKE's definitely going to excuse me, not UPIKE. Marion's definitely going to have a target on their back as UPIKE is looking to draw blood and get a win against Marion. So UPIKE falls to 6-5 on the season. They're off to a slow start, but it's only 1/4 through the season, so UPIKE should be fine. But as always, I'm Rob Rundle.
And I'm Lance Tackett.
Go Bears.
Go Bears.